Hello there, it's Jeff Barton. It's take 16, so it's not going entirely swimmingly today. It's Tuesday the 2nd of May. You've got lots on your plate, so let's try and do this briefly if I can get through it. Three things. So first of all, Friday's briefing, you'll recall I said I was setting off to Telford, and there I joined my colleagues from the other education unions. We had a joint press conference in which we were talking about the rejection by each of our unions' respective membership of the government's pay offer of 4.3%, the £1,000 unconsolidated amount. And we're essentially signalling that we're going to work in a coordinated way to try and bring the government back to the table and do what we think is the honourable thing of simply trying to sort this situation out. That's what we think the government should be doing. And we were there in person to say, let's do that. The main point I wanted to make is your feedback around that has been overwhelmingly positive, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of that. My second point would be that we published a blog on Friday which was around behaviour, and it's a difficult thing if you're running a school or running a college sometimes to articulate that you might have concerns around patterns of behaviour. And that's what we were doing, because we've been picking up all of that. And what you were saying to us was thank you for actually saying what we've been noticing, but we weren't sure if it was just in our own context. Something is happening there. And what we do when we get feedback from you on issues is we try and use that feedback anonymously. And that's what we've been doing in terms of some of the messages you've been giving us. There's something which Julie McCulloch, our Director of Policy, attends on ASCL's behalf, which is grandly called the Attendance Alliance. It brings together all kinds of organisations to talk about patterns of young people's attendance. And it's easy to assume that when we're talking about attendance, we're talking about young people turning up and being at school. Actually, one of the things you were telling us is that attendance at lessons is something which for some young people has become something which, instead of being the norm, you're having to persuade young people in the corridors, yes, they do have to go to lessons. It's not pervasive, but nevertheless there is something going on there. And my main point is that that blog clearly has touched something of a nerve, and thank you for your feedback. And just a reminder that we do use your feedback anonymously with the government and various agencies. So keep it coming on any topic, really appreciated. And my final point would be, at a time when there is so much gloom around education, if you saw the Teacher Tap survey last week, I think it was, asking how many teachers would choose a different career if they knew back in the past what teaching was like. And it was just the starkest, bleakest statistic. I mean, we're just really, really gloomy. So there's lots of gloomy stuff at the moment. And for that reason, just to conjure up a little bit of optimism, if you haven't seen this, you might just want to link to it in terms of your messages to parents. This would be a good week to do it. The big help out. Next Monday, as part of the coronation celebrations, there's going to be a celebration of volunteering. Now, nobody's asking anybody to do anything, but your school and your college, your PRU, wherever you work, will have volunteers who are governors or who are sports coaches or people who are coming in to read to children or whatever. There's just an opportunity, I think, to give some good news about education and to say a thank you to all of those people we rely on so much, all of those volunteers, and at the same time to promote the idea of people doing things because it's a good thing to do rather than because you are being paid for it. I'll put a link to that in our email today. That's it. If you need us, as always, our hotline team, member support, legal team are here for you. Watch out this week for our policy team giving you your monthly briefing. That's on its way. And as always, if you want to just tell us something, then send us an email, whatever it's about. We really appreciate the comments from you. That's it from me. We will regroup on Friday. Between now and then, all the very best for the rest of the week.